This question came in from TJ S113. How do you make time lapses like this? Like what? Like this. There are many different ways to create time lapses, and some programs will have the ability baked right into, I have something in my eye. Eyelash. Some programs have the ability to record your drawing as you're drawing it. The software that I use is Clip Studio Paint. It is a manga and comics creation software that I use every day, and they have the ability baked right into the software to be able to record your time-lapse drawing as you're drawing, and then when you're all done you can export it into various formats. Alright, so I'm gonna open up my program. Again, I'm using Clip Studio Paint. This is version 3, and I have my drawing here. I did this the other day. This is Luther the cat, who is part of the John Calvin's Institute's graphic novel adaptation that I am currently working on. And I drew this. I have my folder here with all my different layers in it. And the thing you have to do in Clip Studio Paint, if you ever want to record a time lapse of your drawing, the very first thing you have to do is you need to go up to File, Time Lapse, and just make sure Record Time Lapse has that check mark next to it. Because I've done drawings just recently. I actually wanted to make a time lapse out of some of the other drawings that I have done in Clip Studio Paint, but I went to export the time lapse, and lo and behold, I had never checked the record time lapse button, so they did not record my time lapse. So before you even start drawing, the very first thing you need to do is make sure that record time lapse has that check mark next to it. All you have to do is click on it. So I clicked on it. It says this will turn off canvas time lapse recording. Any time lapse recorded for this canvas will be deleted. This action cannot be undone. So I'm going to cancel that because I don't want to accidentally delete that. Okay. So after you've done your drawing, so my drawing is complete, you want to go up to File, Time Lapse, Export Time Lapse. Now you're going to get this dialog box, and it's going to start playing your time lapse video right away. And you can pause it. You can skip to a certain part if you want to see a certain part. I'll get into some of these options in a little bit here. You can show Clip Studio Paint logo if you want to show people what you created your artwork in, or you can add a watermark, and you just go to your watermark settings. And what this will do is it'll have this files thing where you can search your files if you want to search your files. You can turn the blending mode on in order to let's see if I have RefToons logo. Sure, we'll just throw this one in. RefToons QR code. Okay, so you can resize your watermark, and you can place it wherever. You can set the blending mode. Well, since mine's a black and white image, it's not going to do much for the blending mode. You can even turn your opacity down if you want it to be somewhat transparent over top of your drawing. So you can put it in like the, whoops. Okay, you can resize this window too to make it a little easier to work with. Let's do that. So this is all just if you want a watermark on your time lapse. So we have all these settings here. Make it as transparent as you want. Blending mode, you can tile it if you want it to tile, to repeat, reverse, flip. Okay, you can even change only horizontal, only vertical, or vertical and horizontal. So I don't want a watermark on mine, so I'm going to cancel that. I'm going to uncheck the add watermark setting. Whoop. Here, let's make that a little bigger. Okay, so we have our time lapse here. Now, let's say, so the whole thing is 49 seconds. Okay, and that's the whole entire time-lapse drawing. You can change it so that it only does 15 seconds of your time-lapse, and it'll cut out a lot, make it go a lot faster. 15 seconds right here. And you can do that. You can do 30 seconds, or you can do the entire thing. So I usually just do the entire thing. And here's your size. You can do 1280 pixels, 1080 pixels, 720 pixels. So that's the resolution, depending on how big you want it to be. And then there's the aspect ratio, which I think is very handy because sometimes I want to export these not just for a big wide screen, but I want to export them for my phone so that I can upload to Instagram Reels or TikTok, or anything that uses the vertical video format. And so you can change that to 619. Okay, so this will cut off this. It cuts off the sides. So anything that's over here or over here is not going to be seen at all in the time-lapse video. So if you wanted to see everything, you would just do either 16:9, or which is the standard format for a widescreen, or you can do original, which original does just the size that your artboard is set at. So it'll get everything that's in that artboard. So you could do that. Then if you wanted to, if you had like a wider, so my artboard is set to my comic book page size, which is 6x9, a little bigger than that. But if you wanted to export your entire time lapse and then use a video editing program. Sorry, I can't get my words out right now. Thinking as I'm speaking. But if you wanted to use that and just upload it into your video editing software, then you could move around the drawing going. So if you had something over here that you wanted to show, but you still wanted it to be in that vertical phone format, you can pan and do all that stuff in your video editing program. That takes a lot more expertise, but right now I'm just showing you how you can use Clip Studio Paint to create these time-lapse videos. And we have all these other options as well. The 1:1, which creates a square, 4:3, which is the old standard TV, tube TV size, 4:5. Not sure, that looks almost like a standard sheet of paper or something. 9/16 and then original. So 16:9 is it gives you these extra black bars, but it makes the entire thing the size of a standard wide format TV screen or monitor. And then once you're ready to export your video, you have all the settings you want here. You just click OK. It'll bring up your file dialog, and we'll name it Luther the Cat Timelapse Drawing. And you can choose MP4 is what it exports in. You just click save. And there you go. You have saved your first time-lapse drawing from Clip Studio Paint. There are so many different programs that you can use to create these time-lapse videos. Like I said, this is just Clip Studio Paint. And if you enjoyed the way that this worked and you want to check it out for yourself, I have a link to Clip Studio Paint in the comments where you can purchase it. I believe they have a free trial. They usually have a free trial before you purchase. But go check that out. The link is in the comments. And if you have any other questions or comments, let me know in the comments below. Let me know if there are any softwares that you'd like to see mini tutorials on like this, or different features of softwares that you'd like to see for drawing software, and I can probably make some more videos. In the meantime, check out this time-lapse video, which is the one where the question came from.